Hello and welcome back to Happy's Tech Up. Today things are going to go a little differently. We're going to be looking at how much it is to build a computer now that we're sort of a week and a half into lockdown here in South Africa. Now prices for components tend to be a good 15 to 20% more in South Africa than in places like Europe, US, Canada because of import taxes on electronics. But I'm going to look at building a computer now, sort of a mid-range gaming PC that you could do a little bit of content creation on, and from there I'm going to leave it for a few weeks, and we're going to see how the prices have been affected after a few weeks due to coronavirus and lockdown in many countries. Okay, so just a quick disclaimer with how it works. I am not sponsored by any one of the companies whose websites I use in this video. I just picked the part I'm buying. I gave each one a random website to pick from purely because I just want to have a sort of a good feel around for the different websites, and we can also see what components are going up more on different websites afterwards. I'm also going to just keep an eye out as the weeks go on each individual website following that same product, as well as several more, so it isn't too biased. But then again, this isn't a super exact video. I'm just sort of giving a general idea. And I'm hoping I can give you guys some buying advice. But anyway, back to my original recording. So, to do this video, I have got on my screen here, or on my web browser, Wootware, Takealot, Loot.coza, EveTech, RebelTech, and Incredible Connection, because these are some fairly well-known suppliers in South Africa where you can get your parts online. So, I've got my list of components here. So starting with our motherboard, I think we're gonna go to EveTech to get the motherboard, because last time I was shopping around, EveTech had the better motherboard prices. Okay, so we're going with an AMD based system. So this is the motherboard that we're gonna use, the MSI B450-A Pro Max. This happens to be the same motherboard that's in my PC. Let's copy that there for our motherboard. Oh, I misspelled EveTech. And price underneath it in rands is R2299,00. Okay, just note that this is only if you EFT to EveTech. If you pay via with your card on the site as you check out, the price is actually 2413, but most people would be able to EFT, so we're just gonna leave that price there. Wootware normally has a good selection of processors, so let's get our processor from Wootware over here. It's Ryzen based, so we're either going to go with a Ryzen 5 3600X, or we could go with a 2700X, a Ryzen 7 from the 2nd gen Ryzens. It's stuck. No price on this one, so we're just going to have to go with the 3600X and hope they have stuck. Ooh. That's a big price between the 3600X and the normal 3600. I mean, this one is faster. You're going to get better gaming performance with this one because it's the X, but it's not going to be as much as the normal 3600. And that's almost 1,000 Rand difference. Let's just go with the normal 3600, and the price from Wootware at this point in time. Now for our GPU, let's see, Loot.coza or Takealot or Incredible Connection. Okay, so for the GPU, we're going to go with an MSI RTX 2060 Gaming Z 6GB GeForce RTX 2060. What? Why it says RTX 2060? But anyway, this is a 60GB 2060, just base 2060 model. We're going to go with this one because it's the cheapest 2060 I could find, and more than that, it can do 1440p gaming. It's sort of like your entry-level 1440p gaming card, and it's a very, very solid card for 1080p gaming. So this is a very good price for any mid-range gaming builds that most people are going to build. So this is the card we're going to go with. RTX 2060 graphics card, 6GB DDR6. We're just gonna copy that into there, and then the price is right. The price is right. Okay, for RAM, we're probably gonna go with some HyperX 2666 MHz RAM. Now I know Ryzen-based systems tend to favor faster RAMs more than Intel-based systems, so you might want to go for 300 speeds or 3200 speeds. or even 3600s if it's in your budget. But looking at the prices, I mean, it's like a 50% difference, and even for the non-RGB HyperX RAM. So if you're looking at your average person, they're actually not going to notice the difference. In game, at least, with the slower memory, it's not going to make a big difference, and we get to save quite a lot of money. So in my mind, this is what a sort of a average person would throw into their build. So let's just go with the black because it fits more aesthetics than the bright red stuff. Yeah. And we're going to get 2 of these sticks. Okay, now that we have a ramp sorted, we're just going to go into storage. I'm going to get it from Matrix Warehouse for this one. It's another company well known in South Africa for getting parts, and I haven't used them yet. I forgot about them almost. I don't want an NVMe. Okay, we're not going to go with an NVMe because it is still slightly cheaper to get a SATA, and your average person is not going to notice the difference between SATA and NVMe. Linus Tech Tips has a great video on that if you do want to see what I mean, but going with a normal SATA 3 SSD, you're good. You don't need anything faster than that. Let's get a nice boot drive because Windows tends to fill 120 gigs with crap, so let's do a 240 gig for our boot drive. What make is this? No, you're not even gonna give me... What the hell is wrong with you, mate? There is no... This is gonna be shoddy. That was a bad animation on their website. Okay, let's try... You're kidding me. Solid state drives. I mean, that's okay price, but what the hell? It's again, it's a known. You just don't know what brand you're gonna get. I do not appreciate this. This is kind of disgusting. This pisses me off. This really just, it pisses me off. Let's see if we can get a brand name power supply, because then we can just get the PSU from Matrix, and then I'm never shopping from the Matrix website ever again. Okay, so for power supply, here is the Huntkey GS600 ATX 600 watt power supply. Okay, that's fine. It should say certified 80 plus. It doesn't say what 80 plus, but it's fine. 500 watts would be enough to run this PC. 600 will give you a little sort of a safety buffer, helps you upgrade in the future, maybe lets you overclock a little bit, who knows. But that seems like the practical choice. It's 80 plus certified, and Huntkey I haven't heard anything bad about, so let's just go with that for the PSU. Okay, for storage we're going to go with 2 drives, the first of which is this one here. It's a Crucial SSD. It's nothing fancy about it. It's just a pretty standard SSD that's pretty good quality, and that is 749. Take-A-Lot is sort of our equivalent of Amazon in South Africa. Just that's what it is. It's Take-A-Lot. But we are also going to need a hard drive, so let's look for a 1 terabyte HDD. Okay, so a 240 gig SSD is not enough to store our games, so we're going to go with a Seagate Barracuda 1 terabyte drive. It's sort of the cheapest 1 terabyte hard drive from a reputable supplier that I found, so it's just the most practical option. So it's going to go inside there, and it's costing $839. Okay, for the case, this is the case we are going to go with, the Raid Max Blazer ARGB. It's a pretty cheap case, but it's got all your essentials. Let's load up the photo. It's got a nice shroud, room at the back for cable management, side mesh there for a bit of airflow, but plenty space for fans, and the I/O is, well, acceptable. It's nothing fancy, but it's a working case that will get the job done. And that is from Rebel Tech. Okay, for fans, I suggest getting at least 1 exhaust fan if the case doesn't already come with a fan. Currently, I have one of these fans on my PC. I run a Ryzen 7 2700X B450 motherboard, the same one on our core, and on our list, and a MSI RTX 2060. It might even be the same MSI RTX 2060 card here. So I decided, since we have a case that in theory should have slightly better airflow than my cheap ass crummy case or similar airflow, same setup should be fine because I don't get any thermal problems. So we're gonna go with one of these, the 120mm Cougar fan. These guys also run very quietly, and it's got a nice white LED. And that's coming from loot.coza. And it's purely because for a fan that was the best price I could find for a non-fan that didn't look like it was gonna fall apart in like 3 seconds. This was the first decent quality fan I could find at this price. Everything else was just slightly more expensive, and I actually didn't see this specific fan on a lot of other websites as well. Cool. Let's total this up, and then I'm also going to give you the US dollar amount as well, and you can then see how much it's going to cost. I'm going to come back in a couple weeks, and then we're going to do this again, but see how COVID-19 and Corona is going to affect our fuel prices. Is going to affect our computer component prices. Okay, so I have totaled it up. It's going to come to 18,000 Rand, 656, and that's roughly $1,000 US. So let's do US ZAR to USD. So yeah, it comes to $1,025 US and 10 US cents. Now, bear in mind that if you built this in the US, you would pay about 20% less for parts, and in South Africa, you could even take a lot of this price down. I would say you could build this PC for a little less than this. I'm not going to give an exact number. I'd imagine about 1,000, 2,000 Rand less, but I could be completely wrong. I might have just got lucky and picked the best price for each component first time. However, part 2 of this video is coming. In that part, we're going to get these exact same components from the exact same websites, but we're going to do it in a couple weeks once prices have started going up more from the COVID-19 lockdowns and trade bans and all the chaos that this human malware is causing. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Like, comment, and subscribe. We will be back in the future with part 2. So we're going to see how COVID-19 has affected computer prices. Bear in mind, this isn't at the start of COVID-19 outbreak. This is 2 weeks into South Africa's lockdown, or 1.5 weeks into South Africa's lockdown. Anyway, my social media is linked in the video description. For more gaming and tech related content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you in another video. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Please, I'm begging.